the length of time that it takes you to go to trial is outside your attorney's control. The way I say we can't do two cases at the same time for jury trial, we came close one time. We had a jury deliberating and started another trial. All right, who's here on Marco Antonio Marino Vasquez? All right, thank you.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. So counsel, do you have all discovery now?
I do. We've gone through it. The state had recently given me some new discovery. I've gone through it with my client. He also provided videos, which I've gone through that I don't think my client needs to see, but they are potential Brady that we can use later if we need. So I think we need a trial date. Judge.
Yes, we do. Does he want a jury trial or a bench trial?
Jury trial.
With the jury.
All right. All right. How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
I would say at least a week.
I would think so.
There's a few videos.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it has security surveillance that might be a little bit longer than the normal.
All right. If you all will speak with Ms. Ferguson on a jury trial date and then come back to me with the date that you all agreed upon.
Thanks.
Do you have any questions, sir?
And we did,
No.
Thank you.
We've sort of narrowed it down, Judge.
Judge, I mean, just looking at our schedule, the only dates that I see that if it's one of this year
Everyone, please whisper.
would be December, the Monday's the 8th, but December 9th is a Tuesday. That's, I mean, because everything else we sort of has,
It's booked.
well, yes, Your Honor, unless you want to get it to January, then that's
No, let's-
entirely up to you.
All right, this is what we'll do then. Mr. Marino, in this court, we're in trial every week. I don't like for people to have to wait for their jury trial. But the state can only try one case at a time. And I try to make sure that trials are placed on the docket as quickly as possible. The earliest date that we can give you is December 9th. Now, if for some reason there is an opening that opens up sooner, we can let your attorney know and we can have you brought over sooner. Do you have any objections to the December 9th date?
Well, for me, the sooner the better.
All right, let's go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 4371B State versus Marco Antonio Marino Vasquez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
For the
David A.
defense?
Garcia, attorney for Marco Moreno Vasquez.
And are you Mr. Marino Vasquez?
Yes,
All right, if I can have the interpreter, if you can raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. So, as I was stating off the record, Mr. Vasquez, we try to get cases set in jury trial as quickly as possible. If I had 20 prosecutors in this courtroom, we could still only do one jury trial a week because I have other cases that I have to attend to as well. I know your case has been on the docket since July of 2024. There have been several issues that are outside. Oh, excuse me, just one second. Are you the first attorney on this case?
I am, Judge, but there have been a lot of discoveries that have come in over time. And I think that's one of the reasons why things have been delayed.
And yeah, just for the discovery purposes, the CPS information just became relevant, or actually given notice to us. And actually just developed in probably the last couple months or so. And then he does have a co-defendant that was set before him that ended up fleeing, and he's pending sentencing. So that may have complicated issues.
Okay,
So that might be some of the.
all right, because I'm looking at the time that he's been on the docket, and he's actually been on the docket for what I consider to be a long time, but now that has cleared that up.
Right. And then I think one other thing was it came in as
Tampering.
tampering
Mhm.
as opposed to the murder.
And and it's still listed.
Right, it's still listed as tampering, and that was one of the issues that I had to contend with my client, because he kept arguing that he's only charged with tampering. And I was like,
yeah.
no, there's also a murder.
Well, and actually, I believe, my understanding is that it's a 3-count indictment. It's murder and tampering, and also, I believe, deadly conduct or something like that.
Yes, and then there's a burglary of a habitation. Well, no, there's a discharging of a firearm at a habitation. So, sir, you actually have 3 counts in your indictment. You have a murder count, you have a discharging of a firearm into a habitation, and then
The tampering.
and a tampering.
May I speak?
Sure.
Es lo que no entiendo yo eso, porque desde los primeros 3 meses que me llegó el andamio, tenía yo el caso de muerte. Después desapareció y me pusieron tempo whatever, por más de 16.
All right.
That's what I don't understand. In the last 3 months, they told me that they gave me the indictment and it showed the murder, but then it was the tampering.
All right, so let me just explain something to you. When they do an indictment, the court receives one, and the court receives the original that's signed by the foreman of the grand jury. So this is your indictment, and there are 3 counts in it. Now, sometimes what will end up happening, for some reason, when a case is indicted, instead of the higher level felony being listed first, they list the lower felony. And then people will think, oh, I'm just charged with a 3rd-degree felony tampering with evidence. But there are other counts in it. So whenever you see something, when they're bringing you over from the jail and what you're charged with, they don't list all 3 counts that are in your indictment. They'll just list one offense. And so in your case, that's why I always get confused when I see you, because in your case, on the court's docket sheet, it'll just say tampering with evidence. That's why I was looking at both of them. How can a tampering with an evidence case take 5 days or a week? But then when I go back and I remember and I look at your indictment, and 1 count, you're charged with murder, and another count, you're charged with discharging a firearm at a habitation, which means a place that's occupied and somebody's living. And then the 3rd one is tampering with the evidence. So when they indicted you, they just took 1 general case, and they, under that 1 case number, they put all 3 counts. If they wanted to, they could have said, you know what, we're going to charge him in 3 separate cases. You have 3 separate cause numbers. 1 cause number will be the murder case. 1 cause number will be the discharging at a habitation, and the other one will be tampering with evidence. But they just decided to put it all in 1 indictment. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes,
Ahora le pido por favor.
I ask you, please.
Por eso ya tengo más de 1 año y medio diciéndole al abogado que quiero ir a juicio.
It's been more than a year and a half that I've been telling my attorney that I want to go to trial.
Porque lo que por eso quiero ir a juicio, para que el jurado me escuche y también la juez me escuche, porque aquí no me dejan hablar cuando yo vengo.
That's why I want to go to trial, in order for the judge to listen to me, the jury to listen to me, because when I come here, nobody allows me to speak.
Y luego, para los que me están acusando de muerte, que me están acusando que le disparé a una habitación, y lo otro, por eso quiero que me enseñen las pruebas de que tengo, porque yo sé que yo tengo mi mente limpia, que yo no hice nada. Quiero que me enseñen.
And then they're telling me that, there's the case of murder and then the discharge of a firearm. So what I want is for, to be able to see all the proof and everything that they have.
All right, so let me explain something to you. Sometimes the length of time that it takes you to go to trial is outside your attorney's control. The way I say we can't do 2 cases at the same time for jury trial, we came close one time. We had a jury deliberating and started another trial. But your attorney can't be in 2 places at the same time. And I guarantee you, Mr. Garcia, I know him. He's never been to my house for dinner, so I don't know him that way. But what I can tell you is I know for a fact that he's been in a jury trial since your case was pending. And if he's in a jury trial somewhere else, he can't be in a jury trial here because nobody can be in two places at the same time. And then when we're in a jury trial, we can't have your trial. So then your case will get pushed back to another day. So the fact that this is your setting day is not your attorney's fault. It's not my fault. It's not the state's fault. It's just that your case is not the only case on his docket, on the state's docket, and my docket. If your case were the only case that was pending in all of the cases that I have, and I think I have over what, 1,000 or something, we would try your case right now. Today, I would bring a jury in, but that's not what we have. Now, with regards to your viewing the evidence, I've been a defense attorney, I've been a prosecutor. What I can tell you is sometimes people, when they're charged with a case, they don't look at their evidence objectively. They want something and they want their attorney to tell them something different than what they're seeing. Your attorney can show you the evidence, you look at it, and then you make an informed decision on whether or not you want to go to trial or whether or not you want to reach an agreement with the state. I will tell you what I tell everyone here. I've had people come to me before bench trials. I found some people not guilty. I found some people guilty. Whatever evidence is presented to me, this is a murder case. For me, I would listen to the evidence and I'll base my decision on the evidence that presented to me. I'm not going to say, oh, the state didn't prove their case, but this is a murder case. Let me find somebody guilty. For me, it's a murder case. Did the state prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt? Even on a murder case, if they didn't prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you not guilty. If they prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you guilty. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, if you want a bench trial, I can get you in here sooner. But in order for you to be entitled to have a bench trial, the state has agreed to waive the jury and you have to agree to waive the jury. So if you want a bench trial, then we can do it sooner. If you want a jury trial, the earliest I can have you in here is that December 9th date. If something falls through, the state can call your attorney, the coordinator will call your attorney and say, we have an earlier date open. Do you understand?
Ah, yo no le estoy echando la culpa a ellos de que el juicio, ¿cómo se llama? Que se está tardando nada de eso.
I'm not
Simplemente
blaming them that the trial is taking long or anything.
yo no me estoy guiando a lo que ellos me están diciendo, que me dicen que una fecha y luego otra y otra y yo estoy esperando.
I'm basing myself on what they're telling me. You know, they give me one day, they give me another day, they give me another day. You know what I mean?
The reason why is because when you are given a jury trial date, if there's a case that is older than yours, that is on the docket as well, then that case will go first. In your case, you had a co-defendant. The co-defendant decided to enter into a plea. So once he or she entered into a plea, then your case became next. Your number ends in the letter B. So the person whose number ends in the letter A goes before you.
Okay,
Y otra, no es porque no
Thank you,
lo
maybe
quiera él
excuse.
nada, simplemente que en más de 27 meses no me lo he visto 2 veces por aquí nomás.
well, and the thing is, not that I don't like him or anything, but in the 27 months, I've only seen him like twice.
All right, so here's the thing. Let me just tell you another thing. Sometimes defendants want to see their attorneys. They would love to see them on a daily basis because I know this is an extremely important case to you, right? But
Uh-huh.
some attorneys, if they don't have any new information to give you, their whole thing is, why am I seeing you? I don't have any information to give you. I'm going to show up and say, hey, we're waiting on this discovery. I don't have it yet. Now, I will tell you, when I was a defense attorney and I was starting out, and this is how you get burned out, I would see, if I had a client in jail, I would see them once a week. I would take the via bus, go to the jail, and I would see my clients on Saturdays and Sundays. And I would come and I would tell them, hey, I'm just letting you know that I'm still working on your case, I'm still waiting on this, because sometimes the only visitor that your client will have is their attorney. Now, I would do that. I didn't have to do that, and your attorney doesn't have to do that. If they don't have any new information to impart to you, there really is no reason for them to see you. Because at the end of the day, in the words of John Wayne, we're not here to make friends, we're just here to do a job, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's where we are. Now you're saying you haven't seen something.
See something?
He said he hadn't seen what the state has against him.
Nomás me enseñaron un video que tienen en contra mía, que según estuve presente, y es lo que he visto yo nomás. De
The
100,
only thing I've seen is a video that they showed me where I was supposed to be there. That's all I've seen.
de 100 videos que trae el investigador, nomás me han enseñado
So
uno.
let me ask you this.
The 100 videos that the investigator has, they only showed me once.
All right, so here's the thing. My question is, have you seen the police report?
Ah, no me enseñó nada.
They have not shown me anything.
All right, so Mr. Garcia, I understand what's going on. But if you could just grab the state's file and let him read the police report.
I'll do it again, Judge. I've done it in court
I know
many
you have.
times. My investigator spent countless, I mean, a lot of hours showing him tons of video, reading him all of the reports. My investigator speaks Spanish perfectly, and that's why we have that done so that there's no problem. It's much harder here in the court, but I'll go through it again.
All right, so they're gonna go over the police reports with you again. It's gonna be whatever is in the state's file, and your attorney will look at that. And after looking at that, if you change your mind about anything, just let the court know. But your court date is gonna be December 9th.
Thank you, Judge.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Yes, thank you very much.
De nada. That's all I know, really.
Oh, here's a copy of the-
Yo tengo uno, yo tengo otro.
All right, who's here on Eduardo Hernandez III? And after that, it will be Brandon Bowman. And probation, this is an application for deferred. Court is calling 2025 CR 004-104. State versus Eduardo Hernandez III. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Doug Campbell for Mr. Hernandez.
All right, if y'all cannot talk behind the court reporter while we're on the record. And are you Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Hernandez, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, did you review the court's admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with injury to a child or elderly or disabled person, bodily injury as a third-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Hernandez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Excuse me, Miss, if you cannot whisper, then you need to stop talking. We're on the record. Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2025 CR 003-443. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
It is.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be 80 hours of community service restitution, a MIC evaluation, follow the recommendations from MIC, a TAP evaluation, follow all recommendations in anger management. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state offers into evidence State Exhibit 1 with all attachments.
No objection.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. And state, have you spoken to the complainant?
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
All right. And then the complainant's name is listed with the last name of Garza in the police reports. But in the plea bargain agreement, you've put it as Hernandez.
Judge, it's his stepmother. I'm not opposed to it. The court needs to make a change. We're not.
All right.
You're right, I'm sorry. It-
Well, actually, they have two. They have one that's Hernandez and one that's Garza. And they have two completely different birth dates. So I'm assuming it's no contact with both. Because one is listed as January, one is listed as October
I think it's.
in the stipulations.
It is Garza. It should be Garza with the January 10th, 1959.
Okay,
I think the other one might be a typo.
all right. Love typo, gotta love typos. All right, thank you, State. You may be excused. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Mr. Hernandez is going to be homeless because of this incident. While he wants to take responsibility and get this behind him, he's not gonna have a job, he's not gonna have any money. He would like some assistance in finding a house, if that's possible to. Any of the services the court might have available to it. He also would like to have it probated, the fine. And he'd like to do his evaluations while out in the world.
All right, so why didn't you clean up your mess in the kitchen?
What?
Yeah, that's what it says. It said they told you to clean up your mess in the kitchen. You became upset and said something bad was going to happen and you will not like it. That's what you told the complainant. So how old are you?
I am 39.
Why are you living with your parents anyway?
I got kicked out of my other parents' house. And I lost my job too.
All right, so why did the other parent kick you out of their house?
They got upset. They're arguing about something about a bowl. That's my boss. It's just
Something about what?
a bowl, a cereal bowl.
Mhm.
and then Marion start an argument.
All right, so here's the thing, you're an adult, you shouldn't be going from parents' house to parents' house. And I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody who is an adult or living with somebody else. If you want to keep a dirty kitchen, you can keep a dirty kitchen. But guess what? It needs to be your dirty kitchen. So whether you're an adult or not, whether you're 21 or 60, if you're living under somebody else's roof, you need to follow their rules. You understand? They're asking for a MIC evaluation. Is there any prior mental health issues?
That's my nephew.
I'm sorry?
He has physical deformity, Judge. He can't hear out of his left ear.
Oh, okay.
So you might have to speak up a little.
All right, they're asking for mental health evaluation. Have you ever had any mental health diagnosis?
No,
All right. So do you have any children?
no,
This is what the court is going to do. 3 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, taking consideration 2025 CR 003443, $1,500 fine, probated, affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant and no contact with the complainant's address, which is on Larkia, Larkia Lane. So don't be on that street, you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. 100 hours of community service restitution. TAP evaluation, that can be out of custody. Follow recommendations. And they're asking for a MIC evaluation. I'll go ahead and do one. MIC evaluation out of custody. And I'm going to order anger management classes and a life skills course. The court will give him 50 hours credit for completion of the anger management class towards his community service restitution, and another 50 hours credit once the life skills course is completed. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
understand it? And
ma'am.
did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, in order to be successful at probation, communication is key. If you have an issue with probation, let the probation officer know. If there's anything you need help with, let them know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Who's here? I'm Brandon Bowman. Yes.
I'm actually put him up there for some,
I'm sorry, what?
brought him up, brought this case for you for some edification.
Okay.
That's a big word.
I love the word.
Okay, so he has an MTO on judge that is saying that it's a 3rd-degree felony, and I looked through the court's file. And in all my years, I've never seen a 3rd-degree felony done on a state jail
Paperwork.
paperwork.
Mhm. That has been known to happen in this court.
I didn't know.
My guess is that we might have reduced it and maybe and it was not properly titled, maybe.
All right.
It,
let me
it,
see.
and the reason
I
I
haven't
brought
looked at
that
the
up
file
is
yet.
because, Bama told me, no, I'm on for state jail, and that's why I looked through the court file.
Let
So I
me just
wanted to
see.
see what was going on.
I got no more files. Who's here on Umberto Lera? Oh, yes, come up. All right, what is happening on this case? Where are we on discovery?
Judge, we have received discovery. We're currently reviewing it.
Okay.
I also have conferred with our client, and he has some things he'd like for me to pass on to the state, so we're gathering that information for them as well.
All right, and state on this case, was an offer able to be tendered?
Yes.
Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset for a plea deadline date on. All right, you're gonna come back on June 12th. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you reached an agreement with the state. If you have not reached an agreement, your next court date is gonna be a jury trial setting.
Sure.
All right, just have a seat and they will give you a reset form. Once you sign that, you're excused. Thank you. Good seeing you. Who is here? I'm Brandon Bauman. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 6541 State versus Brandon Bowman. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? And is there a motion to correct the motion to revoke?
Yes, Your Honor, we ask the court to amend the motion to revoke to reflect that the defendant is on deferred for the state felony offense of possession of controlled substance. UG1 less than a gram.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, Mr. Bowman, did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Brandon Bowman who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 6541 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty one less than 1 gram on May 28, 2024 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes.
State?
Violation of condition number 1 on or about the 21st day of March 2025 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Brandon Bowman committed the offense of assault in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violation of condition number 1 on or about the 21st day of March 2025 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Brandon Bowman committed the offense of assault in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 1 and 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation 1 and 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, it is to adjudicate the defendant guilty, revoke his community supervision, sentence him to 8 months in the state jail facility, and for the court to take into consideration cause numbers 2025.
Just 1 second. 2025?
Yes, 2025 CC 004565
Mhm.
and 2025 DC 004679.
All right. Is that the agreement, counsel?
It is, Your Honor.
Are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court will find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to 8 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration 2025 CC 004565, 2025 CC 004679. Is there, and the court will order a therapeutic community. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna have to do better in your life because we're off the record. 1 or 2 things gonna end up happening. Either you're gonna end up in jail or in prison for all these drug charges that you keep picking up, or either somebody's gonna have to identify your body. Those are the only 2 choices. Once you're released from custody, if you can't find a place that can help you with your sobriety and help you get your life in order, if I'm still here, I'll pick up the phone and get you the help you need. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Counsel, with regards to
It looked really good. Taste-wise, it is also very good.
থ্যাংক ইউ
কোথায় শিখলে বিফ লাজানিয়া বানানো?
এটাই ফার্স্টে ইউটিউব থেকে দেখেছিলাম এন্ড দেন কয়েকবার বাসায় নিজে ট্রাই করেছি 4-5 বারের মতো, যখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে রেসিপিটা পারফেক্ট করতে পেরেছি।
চমক দেখাতে আমি মৌসুমি।
মৌসুমি কি বানিয়েছেন?
এটা হচ্ছে চকো ক্যারামেল চিজকেক ব্লসম।
লুকস বিউটিফুল। আই থিঙ্ক আজকের দেখা ওয়ান অফ দ্য বেস্ট প্রেজেন্টেশন।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
কি করেন আপনি?
আমার ছোটোখাটো একটা বিজনেস আছে ফুড নিয়ে, পাশাপাশি আমি ট্রেনার হিসাবে রাজশাহী মহিলা টিটিসিতে আছি। আমি মাস্টার্স কমপ্লিট করেছি হোম ইকোনমিক্স থেকে, আর এছাড়াও আমি হোটেল ম্যানেজমেন্টে ডিপ্লোমা করেছি, আর এখন করছি হলো কুলিনারি আর্টসের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা। এছাড়াও আমি কিছু লেভেল কমপ্লিট করেছি যেটা কুকিং এবং বেকিংয়ের উপরে।
সো আপনি রাজশাহী টিটিসি ট্রেনার।
জি।
সো রাজশাহী টিটিসি ট্রেনার হিসেবে ইউ হোল্ড আ ভেরি হাই পজিশন ইন দ্য সোসাইটি, রাইট? সো ওই পজিশন থেকে এসে এরকম একটা প্ল্যাটফর্মে দাঁড়িয়ে নিজের খানাকে প্রুভ করা, দ্যাট টেকস আ লট অফ গাটস। অল ইউর স্টুডেন্টস আর ওয়াচিং, যারা আপনাকে চিনে তারা দেখছে।
জি।
অ্যান্ড এটা তো অ্যাবাউট নাও তো 50-50, ইট ক্যান গো এনি ডিরেকশনে। ফুড প্রেজেন্টেশন নিয়ে আমি বলেছি, ইট লুকড রিয়েলি গুড। টেস্ট ওয়াইজ ইট ইজ অলসো ভেরি গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
এভরি লেয়ার, ডিফারেন্ট এলিমেন্টস অফ ইট ভালো লেগেছে।
জি।
নিচের সসটা ভালো লেগেছে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আমাদের যদি সিলেক্ট হয়ে যান তাহলে কিন্তু একটা লম্বা সময় থাকতে হবে, মানে এত কিছু বাদ দিয়ে ওইটুকু কি করা সম্ভব?
সম্ভব, কারণ আমার বাচ্চারা খুব করে চায়, এটা তো আমার ভালো লাগার একটা জায়গা যে আমিও চাচ্ছি এখানে যেতে। সঙ্গে আমার বাচ্চাদের খুব ইচ্ছা যে তার মাকে এই পজিশনে দেখা যাক, তো আমি হয়তোবা জবও ছেড়ে দিতে পারি এখানে যাওয়ার জন্য।
মৌসুমী, আমরা আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিব, ঠিক আছে?
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আসুন।
ইয়েস, পেয়ে গেছি আমার কাঙ্ক্ষিত কার্ডটি। যদি আমি অ্যাপরনটি পেয়ে যাই তো আমি যেখানে জব করি তাদেরকে আমি জানাবো আমি ছুটি চাই 2 মাসের জন্য। যদি তারা মানে রাজি হয় তাহলে ওকে, আর যদি না রাজি হয় তো আমার স্বপ্ন পূরণের জন্য আমি জবটা ছেড়ে দেব, তাও আমি যেতে চাই ঢাকা।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
আমার নাম তাসনিয়া আলী।
কি বানিয়েছো আজকে?
আমি বানিয়েছি বিফ লাজানিয়া।
কোথায় শিখলে বিফ লাজানিয়া বানানো?
এটাই ফার্স্টে ইউটিউব থেকে দেখেছিলাম, অ্যান্ড দেন কয়েকবার বাসায় নিজে ট্রাই করেছি 4-5 বারের মতো, যখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে রেসিপিটা পারফেক্ট করতে পেরেছি।
সো এটা পারফেক্ট আছে?
আই হোপ সো।
ইটালিয়ান আইটেমে কোন উপাদানটা ছাড়া কখনো ইটালিয়ান ডিশ হয় না?
টমেটো আর মজরেলা, ওদের প্রত্যেকটা আইটেমে কাইন্ড অফ এই দুইটা জিনিস কনসিস্টেন্ট থাকে।
অরিগানো অলসো।
অরিগানো অলসো, ইয়েস।
এখানে মজরেলা আসছে?
জি, হোমমেড মজরেলা, যেটা আমি নিজে বানিয়েছি।
হোমমেড?
জি।
আই এম ভেরি ইমপ্রেসড যে ইউ মেক ইউর ওন মজরেলা।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আর কি কি ইটালিয়ান ডিশ তুমি ভালো তৈরি করতে পারো?
স্প্যাগেটি উইথ মিটবলস, এটা ফ্রিকোয়েন্টলি বানাই। আরেকটা হচ্ছে তিরামিসু।
বাংলা খাবার বানাতে পারো?
জি, পারি।
5 ফোড়নে যে ব্যবহার করা হয়, 5 ফোড়ন নাম শুনেছো?
জি।
5টা মশলার নাম বলো তো।
মেথি, মৌরি, কালিজিরা, জিরা, নর্মাল জিরা, অ্যান্ড না সরি লাস্টটা মনে পড়তে।
রাঁধুনি থাকে ওর মধ্যে।
ও হ্যাঁ, সর্ষে
রাঁধুনিও থাকে, রাঁধুনি থাকে। মনে করেন আপনি সেরা রাঁধুনি হয়ে গেলেন,
জি,
15 লক্ষ টাকাও পেলেন,
জি,
দেন করবেন কি?
আই থিঙ্ক কুলিনারি আর্টসে একটা ডিগ্রি পারসিউ করব ফার্স্ট অফ অল, অ্যান্ড বেকিংয়ে আমার আরও বেশি অনেক কিছু, যে অনেক টাইপের আইটেমস আছে, সো ওগুলো আমি আমার প্রফেশনালি শেখার ইচ্ছা আছে। তো আমি মোস্ট প্রবাবলি স্কিল বিল্ডিংয়ে ইনভেস্ট করব সবার ফার্স্ট।
সো ফর নাও উইল গিভ ইউ আ ওয়েটিং কার্ড, ঠিক আছে?
Quyển sổ là kiểu quyển sổ bệnh án ấy, mình sẽ tô với cái màu xanh này. Đem đê xuống cho nó giọt vào mồm ấy hả? Đê. Cho tầm 3 giọt nhé. Hả?
ওয়াও মনে হয়, ভিজুয়ালি দেখতে অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ভালো।
Thank you.
ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি। ঢাকা অডিশনের জন্য একটু টেনশন হচ্ছে নেক্সট রাউন্ডে আমি যেতে পারবো কিনা।
সুরাইয়া পারভিন, কি বানিয়েছেন আপনি?
আমি একটি ডেজার্ট নিয়ে এসেছি আজকে, লেয়ার কার্ড ফ্যান্টাসি।
আমি জানি না টেস্ট কেমন, আমি জাস্ট আপনার বেকিংটা দেখেই ওয়াও মনে হয়। ডেজার্ট ছাড়া আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কুইজিন আর কি বানাতে পারেন?
থাই, চাইনিজটা পারি।
থাই আর চাইনিজ কুইজিনের মধ্যে পার্থক্যটা কি বলতে পারবেন?
কিছুটা কাছাকাছি, কারণ এই দুটার মধ্যে আপনার যেই জিনিস প্রোডাক্টগুলো আমরা ইউজ করি প্রায় একই রকম। অনেকটা ডিফারেন্স আছে। থাই খুব ঝাল হয়, চাইনিজ অত ঝাল হয় না। আর থাইতে প্রচুর কোকোনাট ইউজ করে, চাইনিজে অত কোকোনাট ইউজ হয় না। এছাড়াও এরকম অনেক উদাহরণ আছে জি দুটো ফুডের মধ্যে। জি,
সেরা রাঁধুনিতে কেন এসেছেন?
আমি মনে করি ম্যাম সেরাধুনী একটা হচ্ছে বিশাল বড় একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম, যেখানে নিজেকে আমি উপস্থাপন করতে পারবো সবার সামনে, আমি আমার প্রতিভাকে দেখাতে পারবো। ফিউচারে আমার খুব ইচ্ছা নিজেকে একজন সফল উদ্যোক্তা হিসেবে তৈরি করা। আমি মনে করি সেরাধুনী আমাকে সেই প্ল্যাটফর্মটা আমাকে তৈরি করে দিবে।
আজকে যদি আমরা আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড না দিই তাহলে আপনার কেমন লাগবে?
ভালো খারাপ দুইটাই লাগবে। কার্ড পেলে ভালো লাগবে, না পেলে ইনশাল্লাহ পরের বার আরো ভালোভাবে চেষ্টা করে আসবো।
আপনি তো আমাদের আগের চ্যালেঞ্জেসগুলো দেখেছেন, অনেক ইন্টারন্যাশনাল, অনেক ফিউশন, অনেক ডিফারেন্ট টাইপ অফ চ্যালেঞ্জেস থাকে। সো আপনার মনে হয় আপনি রেডি?
ইয়েস, আমি রেডি।
তাহলে চলে আসেন, আপনাকে আমরা একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিতে চাচ্ছি।
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি, ভালো লাগছে। জাজরা আমার ফুড খেয়ে অনেক প্রশংসা করেছে। ঢাকা অডিশনের জন্য একটু টেনশন হচ্ছে নেক্সট রাউন্ডে আমি যেতে পারবো কিনা।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম।
আমি শারমিন সাবালিনা। আমি আজকে নিয়ে এসেছি পিনা কোলাডা পাইনাপেল কেক।
ভিজুয়ালি দেখতে অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ। কি করেন? একাডেমিক পড়াশোনা শেষ করেছি আমি, আর বর্তমানে আমি কালিনারি আর্টসের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা করছি, আর হোমমেড একটা খাবারের বিজনেস আছে যেটা আমি আমাদের এলাকাতে রান করছি।
শামিন, আপনি কোকোনাট ইউজ করেছেন এখানে?
না সে
পিনা কোলাডাতে কিন্তু কোকোনাট যায়। ইটস আ মিক্সচার অফ পাইনঅ্যাপল এন্ড
কোকোনাট।
আমার কাছে মানে কেকের টেস্টটা বেশ ভালো লেগেছে।
আমার কাছেও কেকের টেস্টটা ভালো লেগেছে। ইটস নট টু সুইট, দেয়ার ইজ পাইনঅ্যাপল when you call it
জুসি।
থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
আপনি এটা ছাড়া আর কি রান্না করতে পারেন? ঝাল খাবার কি রান্না করতে পারেন?
বিরিয়ানি, কাবাব, হচ্ছে মুঠি কাবাব, শামি কাবাব, ইন্টারন্যাশনাল আছে, জালি কাবাব। ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কোনো খাবার যেমন চাইনিজের মধ্যে ফ্রাইড রাইস, চিলি চিকেন, ওনথন, থাই স্যুপ, এগুলো সব পারি। চাইনিজের মধ্যে তো থাই আসে না। আসছে না।
আমি জানি আপনি জানেন, বাট আপনি নার্ভাস কেন এত?
প্রথমবার আমার অডিশন তো সেই জন্য।
আগে কেন আসেন?
আগে আমি মানে গত সিজন আমি ভাবছিলাম যে দিব, তারপর ভাবলাম যে না, আমি একটু কাঁচা আছি, এখানে তো দেখি অনেক সব দক্ষ সবাই আসে, ওই জন্য আমি ভাবছিলাম একটু ভালো মতো শিখে তারপর যাই, সেই জন্য।
সো আপনার মনে হয় আপনি এবারের জন্য রেডি?
হ্যাঁ, আমার মনে হয় আমি রেডি আছি এবারের জন্য।
তাহলে আমরাও রেডি। আসলে আপনাকে একটা ওয়েটিং কার্ড দেই।
থ্যাংক ইউ শেফ। সেরা রাঁধুনির ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়েছি, আর আশা করছি গ্র্যান্ড অডিশনের জন্য সিলেক্ট হব ইনশাল্লাহ। এটা পেয়েছি, এটাতে অনেক খুশি লাগছে। ইনশাল্লাহ গ্র্যান্ড অডিশনের জন্য সিলেক্ট হলে আরও বেশি খুশি হব।
Trên trời cao con rớt xuống đây hắt, được làm em bé xíu của mẹ này. Dịu dàng mẹ cười đón thiên thần đáng yêu.
Mình đang tô bằng cái màu đỏ nha, một cái màu đỏ tươi rất là lộng lẫy cho chú công này, với bộ lông dài. Mình đã tô xong cái phần đuôi là màu tím và màu đỏ nha. Mình sẽ tô đôi chân với cái màu nâu. Đây là cái màu nâu nha. Tới cái phần chân là cái màu nâu nè. Bộ lông dài, bộ đuôi dài lên nó sẽ che hết cả cái phần chân của chú công này nha. Mình sẽ tô phần lông trên bằng cái màu vàng. Vàng và cam kết hợp.
আপনার রাইস যেটা জি খুব যে খারাপ হয়েছে সেটা না
On top of that, it is slightly overcooked.
আমার নাম প্রীতি ইসলাম আমি আজকে কোকোনাট রাইস রান্না করেছি কোকোনাট রাইস উইথ গ্রিল চিকেন অ্যান্ড কোরিয়ান্ডার সস সাথে পামকিনের আরেকটা সস দিয়েছি ডেজার্টে দিয়েছি বাহারি মোহনভোগ
আপনার মানে এই যে রেসিপি জি সব কিছু মিলিয়ে কি মনে হয় সেরা রাঁধুনিতে পার্টিসিপেট করার জন্য এটা দিস ইজ বেস্ট রেসিপি
জি আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে এটা বেস্ট হবে
Preeti, first thing আমি আপনাকে টেকনিক্যাল জিনিসটা বলি
Yeah, sure.
ঠিক আছে it's very dry. Second জিনিস হলো গিয়ে whole roast is not the ideal thing to do when you're serving this at a restaurant or এরকম একটা কুকিং শোতে you don't expect the judges or the customer এটাকে কেটে নেবে. On top of that, it is slightly overcooked.
এখন একটু আমরা টেস্ট করে দেখি আপনার রাইস যেটা জি খুব যে খারাপ হয়েছে সেটা না ভালো
থ্যাংক ইউ
আর ডেজার্টটাও মাইল্ড মানে মিষ্টির ব্যালেন্সটা ভালো আছে
জি জি
কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হয় কি যে যখন আমরা অডিশনে আসি তখন এতগুলো জিনিস দিয়ে আসলে অডিশন না
আমি
দরকার
এনেছি
ছিল
কারণ
না।
আমি হচ্ছে ফুল প্ল্যাটারটাই সার্ভ করতে
ঠিক আছে
এটা আমার ইন্টেনশন
এতগুলো না দিয়েও আপনি শুধু একটার উপর যদি ফোকাস দিতেন
জি জি
তাও মনে হয় আপনার
আমি
বেস্ট হতো
সবগুলোর উপরে সমান ফোকাস দিয়েছি বাই মিস্টেকেনলি একটু ফল্ট হয়েছে হয়তো কিন্তু আমি চেষ্টা করছি খুব যত্ন করে করার অ্যাকচুয়ালি
আসলে যত্নের ছোঁয়া এখানে আছে আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি এবং রেসিপির মধ্যেও আমার কাছে ভিন্নতা লেগেছে আর কিছু টেকনিক্যাল ফল্ট আছে তো আমার মনে হয় ওইগুলো যদি একটু কারেকশন করা যায় তাহলে ইট ওয়াজ গুড
Preeti, the chicken has flavor. চিকেনটা মজা সসটাও মজা রাইট বাট বেসিকে প্রবলেম হয়ে গেছে বেসিক ইজ আপনার কুকিংটাই তো ওভারকুকড
আমাকে অ্যাকচুয়ালি পোলট্রি চুজ করতে হতো মেবি এই ক্ষেত্রে
ফার্মের মুরগি ইউজ করলে মনে হয়
পোলট্রিটা
জি।
বেশি জুসি
অফ কোর্স
আমার এটা ফল্ট হয়েছে এটা আমি বুঝছি
Preeti, I think overall taste ভালো আছে and I think it's a good effort. We want to give you a chance.
থ্যাংক ইউ
ওয়েট করেন আসেন আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড হবে
আমার খুবই ভালো লাগছে যে আমি ওয়েটিং কার্ডটা পেয়ে গেছি আমি কিন্তু কনফিডেন্ট ছিলাম যে আমি ওয়েটিং কার্ডটা পাবো আর আমি এখন অপেক্ষায় আছি নেক্সট রাউন্ডে ঢাকা যাওয়ার জন্য আমি আশাবাদী যে আমি ঢাকা পর্যন্ত যেতে পারবো
Mình đã xong con nhím với cái màu nâu này nhá. Phần những lá mình sẽ tô bằng màu xanh. Những trồng cây mình cũng tô bằng màu xanh nha. Đây nữa nè. Đây là các phần cái cây nhỏ ở dưới của một cái tán lá cây to nhá. Những cây cỏ nhỏ ở dưới. Phần gốc cây mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu nâu nè. Thân cây. Đây là cái màu nâu nha. Phần thân cây mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu nâu nha. Một gốc cây cổ thụ rất là to. Với tán lá này mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu xanh lá này nhá.